For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sanjay. I moved out here 5 years ago. As you can tell from the accent, you're right, I'm the star of Quantico. So I'm doing fairly well. No, I'm from the US actually, and this is a 100% true story, so it's not a joke, it's true though. This story is about travel, about traveling with somebody too, by the way. So I started to, notice there was this girl on my Facebook who was starting to like all of my photos. One after the other, after the other. And ladies, you must know something. I know we like all of your photos, but when you like our photos, you think, oh, nice, he went here. Oh, he got a promotion, good. We think she wants me. She totally wants me, right? So it's like, you're like, I know, yeah, right? And so flash forward, a couple of months go by and this girl starts liking all of my pictures, and then I start looking at her photos. And again, I am that middle class, I need to have my 5-star, all that sort of stuff, right? And all of her photos are like, ooh, I'm in Ladakh. They're like intense, ooh, fancy. I'm liking it, I don't give a shit, I like it, right? She's like, ooh, I'm in Korg, cabins, fancy. I'm liking it. And she's like, wow, you love traveling? I was like, totally, yeah, I love it, yeah, And so me and this girl, we start hitting it off, and I'm just totally full of shit, but I like the person. So I kind of paint myself as this big happy-go-lucky travel guy. And sure enough, we start dating. Hey, she's laughing, she knows, right? Men, we do stupid things, I agree, right? And so we start dating, and pretty soon, like any relationship, so when, after love is no longer fun after 10, 15, 20 days, right? You have to do things differently. So again, we were dating for, a couple months, and uh-oh, things are getting weird. What should we do? Let's travel. Let's travel. That'll fix everything, right? And so, I thought, where should we travel? Because you don't want to travel to someplace any of you guys have already been to. So there was a place that I had been seeing people talk about. How many of you heard of the Andamans? Yes? Everybody? Yes? Have you heard of the Andamans? Where is it? Oh, yeah. Planet Earth. Yeah. It's on the Earth, yes. So if you don't know, because I didn't know, so the Andamans are a set of islands that are actually closer, ironically, to Thailand. They are actually, there's none of that stuff there, all right? But they're actually closer to Thailand. But for some reason, through history, India owns these islands, and it's amazing, all right? It's basically what Thailand was 50 years ago. Clean, pristine, all that sort of stuff, with none of the stuff that you're smiling about really heavily. You've already booked, right? Okay, anyway, so we decide, let's go to this place. And again, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I couldn't find anything at the time, early 2010, about the Andamans online. So I did what every other foreigner in India does when they don't know where to go. I picked up a Lonely Planet. The way you go to the Andamans is you generally fly from Bangalore to Chennai, and then you fly to Port Blair, and then you get to these islands. So we go to the Andamans, we do our thing, it's amazing. I'm having a good time, I'm loving it, but then 2 or 3 days goes by, and then we have booked 4 more days. And what else do? It's a boring island, you think, right? And you've done all the typical 3 things they say to do. And so I'm thinking, I'm not I'm a typical city guy. I'm a middle-class city guy. I hate this stuff. I'm ready to go home. And sure enough, I was like, no, there's got to be something else. So we switched to some less expensive hotel nearby, and something strange happened. There was a Canadian lady staying next to us. And this Canadian lady, and everybody had told us in the Andamans, you just sit on the beach, you just look, you can go scuba diving, snorkeling, and do all that stuff. This lady says, hey guys, what are you doing tomorrow? And we said, nothing, we're just sitting here, we'll eat, and we'll leave the next day. And she's like, no, there's a fisherman I was speaking to. And on every beach, like in Goa, especially, they have those long-tail fisherman boats. So this guy was just chilling. We noticed him for 3 days, he was doing nothing. This lady approaches this guy, and he's like, I guess he had some personal issues or whatever, but she says, hey, we just want to ride on the boat, can you do it? And this guy takes us on his boat the next day, 7 in the morning, okay? Again, typical person, I'm lazy, I don't want to get up, it's hot, whatever, but we get to his boat at 7 a.m. And he takes me, the person I was with at the time, and that Canadian lady, and one other person, and we go in a straight line for 3 hours. 3 hours into the ocean. I'm like, he's gonna murder us. Oh, this is how it happens, right? I'm looking out, damn you, Airtel, it's not working. I was like, all right. So he takes us for 3 hours, and I'm tripping out, just like a lot of people when they're out of their comfort zone. And, you know, the Canadian lady is like, chill. This guy is like laughing at me. He's like, chill out. I was like, why are we doing this? Nothing to see here, whatever. And after about the 4th hour, he stops the boat. And all of a sudden, he starts whistling. I can't whistle, but he starts whistling. And within a minute, I brought the video, but we don't have the projector, but within a minute, 50 dolphins start circling this little boat. And they start circling, and they start jumping. And I start thinking, you know, I am the biggest asshole on the planet for ever doubting this guy. 50, I'm not exaggerating, it might have been 60, right? And I'd love to tell you they were like the nice, beautiful dolphins. I jumped in, no, they were kind of ugly. But like, you know, they like started circling, they started jumping and coming up to the boat, and we were throwing out little fish and all that stuff, right? Then he takes us to another place, we see some other wildlife, it was amazing, right? He takes us 3 hours back. 3 hours back, nobody says a word. Everyone is like in their own. You know when you see these like Nirvana, yoga, weirdo? No, that's exactly what it was for me, right? I had found this like spiritual place, whatever, and we just come back, right? And like, there's no like real happy ending to this story. All I'm saying is like, I just came back, and my perspective on traveling, as cliche as it might sound to you, had changed immensely. When I go anywhere right now, you know, I don't care about what are the top 5 things to do in that city. What are the 8 clubs you have to go to? What is the hotel you need to be at? You know, and I like, you know, I'm not saying, hey guys, when you travel like this trip, just go with the flow, right? Because that might sound cliche. Going with the flow is not cliche. Going with the flow that you think, doing all these bars, clubs, restaurants, standard tour packages, that's a bit cliche. So try to stick away from it. Thank you guys. I've been Sanjay. Thanks a lot.